Hey guys, Coach Jason. I hope you're doing well. So today I'm doing a follow-up to a video that I did a while back on workouts for the 800 meters and the 1500 meters or the mile. That video was part one. I'm going to go over part two today, some more options that you could use for your athletes at any level, early season, mid-season, late season. Now, it's completely up to you as to how you want to utilize them or whether you want to make modifications to it and so on and so forth. But these are workouts that I've used with my athletes at every level with success. And I've implemented these things very similar to these over the last 20 years as a coach. And for those of you that don't know me, my name's Jason. I'm a running coach, and I used to be a former competitive runner at the high school, college, and post-college level. And now I've coached at all those levels as well. My focus now is post-collegiate folks. But I do have some folks in college as well that are not running for teams, and so on and so forth. So, and I do coach everything from middle distance running all the way up to the marathon. I'm a USATF certified coach, and I'm also a Wharton certified musculoskeletal and flexibility therapist. So I'm here to help you run fast and stay healthy while you do it. So with that said, and if it's your first time to the channel, welcome. And I hope you enjoy the content. And if fully detailed training programs and just lots of running and training content is what you like, then this channel's for you. So make sure you check out the videos that are already put out there. I have over 100 videos that are extensively detailed on pretty much everything you can think of. And if that's what you like, hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit the notification if you want to know when my next videos are coming out. So I put out a couple every week. And after this video, I'm going to do part two of my kind of 2 mile, 3K, 5K workouts. Just going to be more options. But if you want fully detailed training programs, as well as part one of this series, look in the description down below, and I'll have everything out there for you. So, and as well as a bunch of other videos for your education and your enjoyment as well. So, with that, let's get to this. By the way, I'm sitting down because if I stand up, I'm headless. So that's why I'm sitting down. Let's get to it. Let's start with the 800 meters first, and then I'm going to go over the 1500 and the mile afterward, okay? 800 meters, early season. Now, the first workout, this is something that I've actually gotten. I was inspired by Coach Clyde Hart of the Baylor Bears, and he's world famous for being one of the world's best 400-meter coaches, and he does this 200-meter rep workout for his runners, for his 400-meter runners. And he starts during cross-country season and goes all the way down. And he does something similar with I think 2-minute recoveries, and he kind of builds them down as they get faster over time. But it's a great strength-building mechanism. I do something similar, and I take it early to mid to late season, and I'll show you how I do it. Okay, and let's use a 5-second differential. Let's say the men are gonna, and you don't have to start in the fall. You can start in the winter, however you want to do it. But let's just say the men started 35 seconds and the women started 40 seconds. Okay, just for numbers purposes. Okay, the first workout will be 15 by 200 meters. Okay, so if the men would be at 35, they'd be doing 15 and 35. Okay, with a 1-minute recovery. Okay, and remember, these are half milers. Okay, who potentially usually either run the mile as well, or might move down. But they're not traditionally quarter milers, so the recovery can be a little bit shorter than your quarter mile group. So that's where it kind of differs as well. But in this case, it would be 15 by 200 meters with a 1-minute recovery. Now, little caveat: every time you do this workout, so let's say you do it 2 weeks later, you drop it down a rep. You do 14, okay, with the same 1-minute rest. And if the men were doing 35 for 15, now they're going to do 34 for 14. So every time you drop a rep, you drop a second as well on the average. And if the women were doing 40, let's say, for 15 of them, they would be doing 39 for 14 of them, and so on. Okay, or vice versa, or whatever it is. Okay, and again, continuous running the whole way. Okay, that's the first early season workout. Next one, 4 times the 600 meters with a 2-minute recovery at about 3 to 4 seconds slower for him through the 600-meter pace than race pace for 800. Let's say current race pace, okay? And every time you could do this workout a couple times, and you'll progress towards your goal race pace. But let's say your current, and let's just use a flat number again. Let's say 2 minutes, okay, for the 800. Okay, that's 2 minutes. It's 30 seconds per 200. 60 seconds for the 400, 130 for the 600, right? 3 to 4 seconds slower. So essentially, you'd be running the 600-meter efforts in about 133 to 134 per rep, okay, with a 2-minute recovery. Now, again, if you need to modify, if you need to go a little bit longer in recovery, again, that's fine. Again, that could be for your milers, okay? Your half milers might need, your shorter distance runners might need 230 or 3-minute recovery. Depends. This is a relatively tough workout, but it's a good strength building workout. It's a good endurance building workout for the half mile. Okay, so 3 to 4 seconds slower than race pace. Again, current race pace. And the last one would be 600-meter effort. Okay, with an 8-minute recovery at about your current 800-meter race pace. Okay, and then after that you can do 6 to 8 by 200-meter efforts. Okay, with anywhere between a minute and 30-second recovery. Your longer distance runners who are more strength oriented can probably do, or your more experienced runners, your older runners can do the 30-second recovery, and your younger, more middle distance oriented or less experienced can do a minute recovery and then work their way down. If this is a workout that you do over time, work their way down from a minute to 30 seconds. Okay, and let's just say again, let's use 3 minutes now. Okay, 3 minutes 90 seconds. Okay, 130 per rep. So here you'd be doing a 600 meters in about 2:15, okay, and then take that recovery, and then you'd be doing 200-meter efforts in about 44 to 45 seconds, okay. It'd be about 800-meter pace. You'd be doing a more volume at pace, or doing the 200-meter efforts at closer to goal pace. Okay, so if the goal is like 240 later on, then you'd be doing them a little bit faster, 43-ish, 44, something like that. Right. Okay, let's go to mid-season now. First one, 3 sets of 4 by 200 meter with a 60-second rep after the 200-meter effort and a 4-minute in between the set. Okay, active recovery at 1 to 2 seconds faster than your 800-meter race pace. So going back to that 3-minute, okay, you're essentially, which is a 45-second, you're doing these at 43 to 44 seconds per rep. And again, there's not many. There's only 4 per set, so you'd be able to do some volume here at that pace. Okay. If it's 2 minutes is the goal, then you'd be doing them 28, 29, okay? And 3 sets, so 12 total, 200s, okay? This is a different way of doing something like that. If you can't handle it continuous, this is a way of breaking it into pieces for some athletes, okay? Now, the next one, mid-season, we're dropping it down to, say, 11 to 12. Let's say, you did 15, then you did 14, then you did 13, and now we're at 12 by 200, okay? With that same 1-minute recovery, the same exact format as you did the 1500, and let's say that using that 5-second differential, at 12, the men are at 32, okay, and at 12, the women are at 37, okay. If it's 11, the men are at 31, the women are at 36, the 5-second differential. That's just arbitrary numbers. The numbers could be different. Depends on the level of your athletes, okay. The same exact format. We're just doing less per time. And remember, every time you drop a rep, you drop a second per average, okay? And then the last one would be 2 to 3 sets of broken 800s, 400, 200, 200, okay? The 400, and everything has a 200-meter jog recovery and then a 5-minute active recovery in between the set. The 400's at about mile pace, and the 200-meter efforts are at 800-meter pace, okay? It could be your first one a current 800, your last one a goal, or if you feel good, you could do both of them at goal 800-meter pace. Okay, you could break this up into other pieces too. You could do 200, 400, 200 to simulate running the middle of an 800-meter hard. Okay, or you can do 200, 200, 400 to simulate a different way. It's completely up to you and your athletes. Okay, so that's another one. Late season, got a couple workouts. Okay, first one being 8 by 200-meter efforts along that same format. Okay. So let's say 8 by 200-meter efforts, 1-minute recovery. The men would be doing them at 28. Okay, the women 33. Okay, and then the same exact format. So it's 1-minute recovery. It's just pure, lock-on pace workout. Okay? So if 2 minutes is your goal, you're doing them 30. If 152 is your goal, you're doing them at 28. Okay, this is a great strength workout. All right? And the other one, 2 sets of 600, 200, okay, broken 800. Okay, the 600-meter effort is going to be at as close to your goal 800-meter pace as possible. Okay, then you're going to take it a 1-minute recovery, and then run a 200-meter effort all out or a little bit faster than your goal 800-meter pace if you can. Okay, to simulate that 800, then you take a 10 to 12 minute active recovery, repeat it again. See how close you can get to the first time. Okay, this is a really good way of simulating that 800-meter effort. You know, let's say this is about maybe 10 days out or 15 days out from your goal race. Okay, now let's go to the 1500 and the mile. Early season. First one, 8 to 10 by 400-meter efforts with a 90-second recovery at mile pace. Okay, that's a good one for milers. You know, for 3K, 5K guys, you might be able to drop this to 75 seconds or even 60 seconds for the stronger, more experienced runners. Okay, that's your first one. Second one, 2 sets of 8 by 200. Okay, with a 1 minute recovery in between the rep and a 4 minute recovery in between the set. This is good for milers. For your more distance-oriented folks, you can get 30 to 45 seconds. But then you could start at 1 minute, and then do the workout again, and then drop it then. It's a great way of showing how the progression is. Okay. Again, a minute after the rep, 4 minutes in between the set, at mile pace. Okay. The first set could be a current mile pace. The second set could be a goal, or you could progress from current to goal both sets. Okay. The idea is to get progressively faster throughout the workout. Last one, 3 sets. This is a different way of breaking them down. 3 sets of 5 to 6 by 200-meter efforts. Okay, this is a way of getting a little bit more volume. Okay, but slightly different since there's less reps per set. You take less rest in between the sets. So 3 sets of either 5 by 200 or 6 by 200 with a minute recovery. Okay, in between after each rep, and then a 2 minute and 30-second recovery in between the sets. Okay. And again, this is another one for your more distance-oriented runners can work their way down. 45 seconds, 30-second recovery as well after each rep. Okay? Now let's go to mid-season. 2 sets of broken mile. Okay? 2 sets of 800, 400, 200, 200. Okay? 200-meter jog after each rep. Nice and easy. Okay? 800's at mile race pace. The 400's also at mile race pace. Okay? Or slightly faster. And then the 2 by 200s are 800-meter race pace. Okay, slightly faster than your mile race pace, obviously. And then a 5 minute recovery in between the sets. Repeat. Okay. Second one. 2 sets of. This is a little bit bigger now. 2 sets of 1200, 800, 400. So it's 3 miles of total running. Okay. 2 sets of 1.5 miles. Okay. The 1200-meter effort is going to be a 3K race pace with a 3 minute recovery. The 800's at mile race pace with a 2 minute recovery. And then the 400 is going to be an 800-meter race pace. And then you take 6 minutes in between the set and you repeat. That's a great one for the more strength-oriented athletes or your distance type folks. But if your middle distance runners can handle that, that's a good sign. That's a sign of good strength as well. But again, it's completely up to you. You could break them up into groups. What you feel is most appropriate for yourself or your athletes is the workout that you do. Just want to give you more options, okay? And again, okay, last one, late season. 8 by 200-meter efforts with a 45-second recovery at 1 to 2 seconds faster per 200 meters than mile race pace. I remember doing this workout with a guy who ran this workout about 5 days out from his race, and that weekend he ran a 4 minute mile, 4 minutes flat. It was like 4 minutes, 0.36 or something like that. And we averaged 28 seconds, him and I, for that workout. And that's one of the better workouts I've ever done. I hadn't done a workout with a 4 minute mile like that before, so that was pretty cool. And that was when I was in college. And the other one would be 3 to 4 by 600-meter efforts with a 400-meter jog recovery, slow. Okay. So give yourself 3 to 4 minutes in between the set after each rep at mile race pace. So slightly over distance between 1,800 meters and 2,400 meters. But this is a good rep to do to kind of simulate how close you are to being towards your goal for your mile or your 1,500 race. So here's some workouts. Let me know what you think. If you do stuff that's similar, put them in the comments down below. You know, let's give each other, feedback. I want to encourage each other. I want to share as much as I possibly can with everybody in the running community. I learn from my athletes as much as they learn from me, and I want to share things that I've used with success. And now how you build the training around it, obviously, is the other piece. But if you want to see a fully detailed training program for like 800 or 1500, take a look in the description down below. I have 12 to 15 week training programs, fully detailed by the day, by the week, just so you could see how I lay out things, workouts, long runs, recovery days, and so on. So you could see the progression and the periodization that I utilize to get people from current to goal. Okay, take a look at it. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoy this. And again, if you like running content and you just want to learn more, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And even if you don't, please hit that thumbs up. I would be greatly appreciated. It would mean a lot and would be really helpful towards growing the channel. So with that, be safe, okay, and look out for each other. And I will talk to you next time.